Finding a comfortable seated position, bringing your awareness into your breath. Allow the shoulders to relax down the spine. Allow those sits bones to root into the floor. And on the inhale, take a nice deep breath in, lifting the arms upwards. And exhale, releasing those hands down to heart center. Inhaling up for a count of 4. And exhaling for a count of 8. Inhaling once again, nice and slow. And exhaling for 8. And from here, releasing those hands down onto the knees, gently release your right ear towards your right shoulder. If you wish to deepen the stretch, walk those left fingertips out onto the floor beside you, keeping the shoulders relaxed down the back. Good. Inhaling up and release that left ear to the left shoulder, walking those right fingertips outwards. Good. And bringing that chin back to center, slowly tuck the chin into the chest, feeling a nice stretch through the back of the neck. And on the inhale, lifting that chin up to the sky. Bringing the chin back to center, slowly take a peek over your right shoulder behind you. And then gently over to the other side. Coming back to center, lift those hands up to the sky so the elbows are aligned to the shoulders. Release the fingers towards the floor. Inhale, lift the fingers back up. Exhaling, lower the hands to the floor. Inhale to rise. Exhale, lower. Inhaling up. Exhaling. And inhale. You're doing fantastic. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Bring those hands out in front of you and gently tuck the fingers in towards the body, then lift them up, tucking them in and allowing them to rise. Trying to match this movement with your breath once again, exhaling down and inhaling up. Good. And then begin to move those hands in gentle circles, choosing one direction, just releasing the wrist joints, and then switching directions. And from here, release those hands back onto the knees. We're going to begin to move the body in one big circle, gently releasing that chest towards the floor, leaning over to one side and lifting it back up. Keeping those eyes closed as you do this, moving towards any uncomfortable sensations, and gently switching directions of those rolls. Taking your time and just enjoying this unraveling after your day or at the beginning of your day. Excellent. Good. Coming back to center, take those hands behind you, lift that chest up to the sky, relaxing the head. Opening that heart center, and then slowly bringing the chin back to center. We're going to roll over onto our hands and knees for child's pose. Taking the knees out mat width distance apart, bring the toes together and sink those hips down towards the heels. Relax the forehead towards your mat. Release the hands and elbows to the floor. And try to roll the shoulders down the spine. You might find it comfortable to gently rock the forehead from side to side, slowly releasing that upper body, rolling the shoulders down the back again, and letting those hips sink a little closer to the heels. Some people find it relaxing to also sway the hips from side to side. So you're welcome to do that as you rest here. Taking a beautiful deep breath in and exhaling fully as you surrender to this pose, unwinding from whatever is happening in your life at the moment, knowing that you are safe here. On the next inhale, slowly lift yourself up into a tabletop position. Bring those knees back underneath the hips. On the exhale, round the back up to the sky. And inhale, release the belly to the floor, lifting the head. Exhaling to round to a cat pose. Inhaling to release into cow pose. But really enjoying this stretch, moving at your own pace. Relaxing the space between the vertebrae. Toning the pelvic floor. Good. Keeping that movement aligned with the breath. Sometimes less is more in these movements, and just moving the body in general can be healing in itself. And then from here, we're going to begin to move the spine in a nice horizontal position. I like to imagine that I'm in a barrel of my favorite beverage, and I'm scraping every last drop off of the barrel with my back. Switching directions here if you haven't already done so. And experimenting by bending the elbows or sinking the hips towards the heels. Keeping the eyes closed to really tune into your body as you do this. And bringing that spine back to center. Once again, we're going to sink back into a child's pose, taking the knees wider than the hips. Toes are together, and sink that forehead back to the floor. Resting the hips on the heels. Taking one more deep breath in, and exhaling. When you're ready, we're going to begin to roll onto our backs. However you get there is just fine. Resting the upper body on the floor, keep the knees bent. Gently pull that right knee into the chest. You can keep the left leg bent, but if you have no low back problems, then just stretch that left leg out straight. If you wish, you can invite some ankle circles in one direction and then the other. Really great for the digestive system. Good. From here, we're going to switch sides, releasing the right leg towards the floor. Pull the left knee into the chest, inviting an ankle circle once again when you're ready in one direction, and then the opposite direction. And slowly releasing both feet to the floor, keeping those knees bent. On the inhale, lift the hips up to the sky, and exhale, lower them down. A gentle moving bridge pose. The slower you can lift the hips, and the slower you can lower them.